like, I got a little kid. She doesn't need to hear that kind of stuff, Just, I don't care if you play it in your garage. Just play where you can't hear it, you know what I mean? And he immediately, just like, instantly came to the end of the driveway and got my bits. And I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not trying to coach or fight anybody.
Right.
Or silly shit, but I'm also tired of them. This is my childhood home.
Right.
And it's like,
yeah, your buddy back there.
Ain't my buddy.
Oh, I know. He's nobody's buddy around here.
that dude is a psychic.
He is about an inch from away exploding.
He's gonna hurt somebody.
Watch. Somebody got my mouth the door. Yeah. So it's just.
You guys are making a lot of trips out in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Never get this settled one.
Hopefully. Like I told him, we want it to be over with just as much as you guys do.
You guys out here?
Oh yeah, it's everybody calling us.
Has he ever been like arrested or taken to the hospital?
We've charged him, and the prosecutor has not pursued the charges. So
I know that's
we have never had the opportunity to make a custodial arrest on him, where we could go straight there and just take him straight to jail. We've never had the opportunity. There's certain things that we got to have before we can do that.
So what's he got to do?
But we've sent charges to the prosecutor, and they have not pursued it any farther than that.
Because everything he breaks is like local ordinances and shit. Like,
well, not just that. I mean, we've tried to hit him on the disorderly conduct a few times, and prosecutor picked it up.
I can go get him riled up real quick. Right in front of you as you guys are pulling in. It's pretty easy.
All you gotta do is walk down the yard.
Wow, that sucks. I know you guys hate getting bothered. But like,
Did I hear there was a judge working on a noise ordinance?
I think they're working on it downtown.
Yeah. Okay.
The commissioner.
I think Chad or somebody's trying to push that through.
I don't. It hasn't passed yet, has it?
No.
I haven't heard nothing.
No.
noise ordinance.
Yeah.
But still, what is that, like a fine or something?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
enough times it could be
Well,
to serious.
I'll tell you what, the time that I remember was the lady across the street from us, which you've been over there a few times, but that was one part of the beginning, that the kid had blown the grass out on the street, and he was over there, and he calling them like, come out of the house, I want to talk to you, come on. Well, who's going to stand up against a man like this when you're a little guy? But, you know, he really was getting carried away.
Unfortunately, somebody's going to make a stupid mistake around here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be have to separate it.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. Because I don't trust him as far as like throwing.
Yeah, couldn't get himself off the ground.
And we're old.
Don parked and he got his parking place.
I saw that. I saw that his truck's gone. His fingers in front of his
He's
house now.
parked between two driveways that are not his, just for aggravation. And so he moved it, and so the guy that lived over there, which is in front of his house, he parked there so he couldn't park.
Matches pettiness.
He'll never sell his house with all that shit going on.
Right.
So there's not a thing we can do.
No, not at this moment, unfortunately.
He didn't threaten. Did he threaten anybody?
No, he threatened to kick all of our asses.
Yeah, he said, I'll beat your ass. I mean, I purposely walked through his property, went out into the cul-de-sac, and stood. I never crossed the threshold ever.
Yeah, because he followed me down the edge of his property. He said, "Get the fuck off my property." I said, "Dude, not your property. You see my fence line? That's Larry's line too." I said, "I know where my property line is."
The only thing we can do is send a report for intimidation to the prosecutor. That's the only thing we can do.
Right.
Well, that's
do that.
something.
Yeah, do that. The more I can get followed on.
Driver's license with you.
Let me go get my wallet.
That's
more-
fine. Yeah, I can just get your name.
Okay.
What's your first name?
Jeffrey. Hey, Hunter, will you run upstairs and grab my driver's license? It's laying on my nightstand as you go to the bathroom.
Last name.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Johnson.
And
Johnsson.
Jeff and I went to the same soccer
And those
game.
probably
Okay.
just scan all that information.
That's fine. You live here?
Yep, a lot of
Yeah,
soccer games.
7455 Middlefield.
It's all over with.
Yeah.
What's your day,
Well,
bud?
I'm not even repping
824,
anymore.
66.
You know, as a kid and a full-time job and overtime.
Good phone number.
You know.
812
Yeah,
431
it's too much.
6257.
It was a lot of travel and, you know.
Was he the one that originally went over there to ask him to turn the music
Yeah,
down?
he's the one that walked over. It's my son.
Okay. So he threatened you too.
Oh yeah.
You don't live here?
No, I
You
live
have
in
your
Palm.
driver's license?
Yeah, I drive for it.
Yeah, you've been gone from the house for a while, so. Yeah, somebody's gonna snap. He's gonna say something to the wrong person, and somebody's gonna drop him. And
Did he lose his job?
I don't know.
He's been home,
I hope he did.
He's not
I hope
working.
he has to stop.
and I don't know if he's on unemployment or what, but he hasn't worked for the last couple of weeks.
I don't know why, but
So he's probably the first one to get laid off, I bet you.
with the temperamental like
Yeah.
that. Imagine that.
I don't know if he got laid off or got fired. You know, somehow or other, I've used his daughter is a junior in high school at Southmore, and I've used her to help me in the yard. So I'm still in communication with him,
Yeah.
and I don't like a thing that, well, my windows next door to him, they rattled several times with his.
The whole house rattles.
Yeah. And getting on my wife's nerves here lately.
You know, I get out here at midnight, fire up his Harley, just to wake everybody
Oh
up.
yeah. Intentionally.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know this was sheriff here. Figured it was
No, this is sheriff.
just on the other side of the road, maybe.
Pretty much, yeah.
Up there about where Jim lives. So I know when you see Newburgh come out, they'll say, "Oh no, gotta wait for sheriff." Of course,
Yep.
that's just them being lazy too.
Pass the buck.
You can
County.
pass that on too.
We do the same shit to them.
Oh no, oh no, that's on their line. I literally talked to Chip, the sheriff of Henderson County, and they wait to see if Evansville is going to respond out to Marina Point because he says technically it's still Henderson County.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Marina Point, the state line is right in at middle of Marina Point or right
Still
to
live
the
on Horseshoe?
right hand
Still
side of
coming.
Marina Point,
You want to?
and then so they'll wait to see if
618.
Evansville's going to show up before they respond.
6696.
Do they normally show up though, right?
They do.
I thought.
Yeah, that's what they said. But
They just put a new bar out there.
uh-huh.
I'm sure they're out there quite a bit.
Yeah, but they got to drive all the way from Henderson out to Marina Point. Yeah, but it's part of Henderson County.
My nephew was
Thanks, sir.
a policeman in Henderson. He sent the guys
Hopefully it gets
out.
resolved
He's
for your
had
guys'
this
sanity
job.
too. I mean, it's just,
He said most of the calls
I
that
get
they get are
I've,
neighborhood disturbance.
I've ketamine people that are less crazy than me.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I believe it.
wow. All right.
Well, sorry to bother y'all, but
I ain't bother.
No.
At least get some documentation, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. I know how prosecutors are. They don't make
I
your
mean,
guys'
we'll
job
just-
any easier
Just
either.
stack everything he does. I mean, that's all we can do.
Marion County prosecutors are worse, man. Let's see. Like I picked up people that are shot that like murder suspects, you know, and then they get out on this bond project or whatever that they had. I had a buddy who's he was an East Side late shift like a narcotics undercover guy, and his friend got stabbed in the neck. He was one of the dudes that got stabbed in the neck by the state fairgrounds by a guy who was out on bond from that bond project. Because they pay his bond, no questions asked. And then he went and tried to kill a cop. He would have died if they wouldn't have put him in the back of the cop car and drove him to the trauma center.
Ridiculous.
Wow. Crazy.
well, I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care.
Hope y'all's not get better.
That's